What if you ran from your calling and found yourself in the belly of a storm? This is not just the story of a prophet who ran. It's the story of a God who chased him with love, purpose, and mercy. In a quiet town in ancient Israel, a man named Jonah heard the voice of the Lord. "Get up, Jonah, go to Nineveh. Preach against their evil, call them to repent." But Jonah's heart was troubled. Nineveh, the enemies of Israel? He couldn't imagine God showing them mercy. Jonah knew Nineveh, their violence, their cruelty. They weren't just sinners, they were feared. He thought, if I warn them, what if they repent? What if God forgives them? Jonah didn't want to be part of their redemption, so he ran the other way. He found a ship in Joppa headed for Tarshish, far from Nineveh. He paid the fare and sailed off thinking he could escape God's reach. But you can run from a city, not from God. As they sailed, the skies turned black. A storm unlike any they'd seen roared over them. Sailors cried to their gods. They threw cargo into the sea, but below deck, Jonah slept. They woke him. "Pray to your God." Jonah knew this storm was for him. "Throw me overboard," he said, "and the sea will calm." Reluctantly they did, and the sea fell still. But Jonah didn't drown. From the deep came a great fish. Enormous, silent, divine. It swallowed him whole. And there, in the darkness, Jonah sat. In the belly of the beast, Jonah cried out, "I sank beneath the waves, yet you heard me. I will worship you again. Salvation belongs to the Lord." And God commanded the fish to spit Jonah onto dry land. Gasping, soaking, alive, Jonah opened his eyes to dry land. And the voice came again, "Go to Nineveh." This time, he went. Jonah traveled for days through the desert until the mighty walls of Nineveh appeared. He entered the city, voice trembling, and shouted, 40 days, and Nineveh will be destroyed." But Jonah was furious. "I knew you'd forgive them," he shouted. He sat outside the city, sulking. God caused a plant to grow, shading Jonah from the sun. But the next day, he sent a worm to eat it, and Jonah cried. God said, "You cared about a plant that lived one day, but not about a city full of people I love." Jonah's story isn't just about a man who ran, it's about a God who chased him, and still chases us, with mercy strong enough to forgive even our enemies. Maybe you've run too. From a calling that felt too big, from people you couldn't forgive, from a God whose plans didn't make. Jonah's story, remercivus to amest, so matter. No matter how far you run, God runs farther. Not to punish you, but to pull you back into purpose. So come home. Come back to the God who still speaks, still forgives, and still calls broken people to carry his message. You may be in a storm. You may feel swallowed by regret. But your story isn't over. Because the same God who called Jonah is still calling you. Will you answer? Subscribe to watch more faith stories and videos.